Hey guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen, people of YouTube. So I want to make a craft tutorial, a nice and easy one to start with. I wanted to show you how to make some pretty tassels. So these are super easy to make, they don't take very long at all, and they're really cute just for putting on the ends of things. So for example, I'm going to put these on the end of some bunting that I'm crocheting, or you can make earrings out of these. I don't know, anything you want a tassel for, I guess. I have made these out of this cotton darning yarn, which actually I found in an abandoned house in France last year. I found a few balls of this up in a loft, and I've made quite a few things out of it actually. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use two different colours of yarn, just so you can see what I'm doing, because there's actually three parts to this. There's the tassely, the fringy bit, there's the little string at the top that holds it all together, and then there's this little waistline bit in the middle that sort of separates the bulbous bit at the top from the fringy bit at the bottom. So I'm just going to move these for now. So what you're going to need is some yarn. I don't suppose it matters what yarn you use. You could use anything. I'm using a little bit of cotton yarn. Something to wrap your yarn around. So you could use a piece of card or anything really. I'm using this skinny notepad. It's about the length of my finger. So yeah, what we're going to do to begin with is wrap the yarn around the notepad. So I like to line my yarn up with the end and then wrap it round. I usually go around about 20 times, but it depends. Oops, come back. It depends how thick you want your tassel to be. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So when you've gone around 20 times, I'm going to snip the excess off with a little pair of scissors. Cool, so then you've got this fringy bit here now. So next you want to add the, where's the camera? This little bit at the top. So for that, I'm going to use a different coloured yarn just so you can see. So you're going to get a length of that. Doesn't really matter how long, as long as it's long enough that when you're done, you can actually tie that to whatever you want to tie it to. So you take the piece of extra yarn that you've cut, fold it in half. So you've got a loop at one end and the other end is there. So you're going to feed the loop through and pull it up to the top. You're going to have these open ends that you've wrapped around at the bottom. So you should have 2 of those. And then at the top, where there's no open ends, you're going to take that little bit of yarn. You're going to pull the tail through the loop and then pull it snug to the top of your tassel. And then that's that part done. Nice and easy. So the next part is to get this part, the little waistline of your tassel on. So to do that, you want to get another length of yarn. Usually I'd keep this attached to the ball, but I have this black bit handy, so. So from here, what you're going to do, you want to get this thing that you've made here around your piece of card or your little notepad, and you want to cut it off. So you go to the bottom end and just snip it all the way across the bottom, nice and even if you can, and slide that off your card. So then you've got something that looks a little bit like this. Already looks like a tassel. I guess you could have it like this, but it doesn't look quite as cute. So, getting your other piece of yarn, the yarn that's not attached, and you're going to make a little loop in the end, just like you did before. So you're going to lay that loop onto your half-made tassel. The loop faces down towards the end, and the two tail ends are at the top. You need to make sure there's enough tail end at the top here, because in a moment you're going to pull that. You need to make sure there's enough there. So once you've got your loop on the tassel, I'm going to separate that snipped tail end out of the way a little, and the end that is attached to your ball, you're going to start to wrap that around your tassel to make a little waistline. So there you can already start to see it forming. So keep it going. You can wrap it around as many times as you want, really, but the more the merrier. And the more you've got, the tighter it'll be, the more sturdier it'll be. Keep on going. Keep it nice and tight if you can. I am pulling this quite tight, although you can't probably see that I am. And then when you're happy with the amount of times that you wrap round, you're going to cut that off the ball of yarn. So I'm going to give a little bit of length to it, cut it off. So now, coming back to the little loop that we made here, what we're going to do is thread that tail we've just snipped through the loop, like so. And then the other tail up here that we snipped, if we pull it, it shortens the loop. So you can see that if you pull the tail at this end, the loop shortens. And that's exactly what we want. So we're going to pull that loop short and short and short. Just be careful no other bits get pulled in. And you're going to pull that loop right inside the waistline. There we go, it's gone in. So that now is in here somewhere. So what we do is these two bits that we're left with, the two stragglers, we're just going to cut those off. Cut them nice and close. And now the waistline is done, and you can't really, it's a little bit sticking out there, but you can't really see it. That'll be on the back side. And if this was all one colour like these guys here, you wouldn't really see it. And you're done, you've got a tassel. You might want to trim the ends. So I've got some nice big fabric scissors. I've also got a hairdressing qualification, so I quite enjoy this part. Get my fingers, just be careful of your fingers if your scissors are sharp, but like mine are, and trim the end. Oh, we've left some behind. There we go. And that's your tassel. One tassel. Super quick, super cool, super neat. If you want to snazz it up like I've done with these little beads, got some beads here, gold, really big gold glass beads. I think I got these for 50 pence from a charity shop. Literally all my crafting supplies are like salvaged or second hand. I quite like the idea of making something old or unwanted into something kind of cool and funky. So yeah, all you're going to do is thread it through there. Disgustingly, I will wet the end. Oh, this yarn might be a little too thick for these beads. But you can, if you want to, if you've got the correct size beads, just slip that in there. Oh, This bead might be just slightly too small. I might need a needle for it, but as you can see, it does look kind of cute when you've got a bead on the end. But that's it. That's a tassel. A nice, easy, simple tassel that you can do with minimal supplies, just some yarn, some scissors and something to wrap it around. And they kind of just like finish off anything that you're making, like a bag or a pillow or some bunting, earrings. Super easy craft, something you can teach the kids if you've got kids. Good, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will be back soon with some more crafts and perhaps some yoga too. Bye.